Hi Hello. So we finished Ghost Song. I might play some more of that for my 100% self on my own time. There's not going to be any more story. I looked up some stuff online. It's basically just other boss fights that you can trigger for stuff. But, like, we basically finished all the storylines for the different characters that I saw. So, anyway. We talked about other games, and I was like, I just bought this Myst collection on Steam because it was on sale, and then I learned that most of you haven't seen Myst. So, we're going to do something a little different right at the start, because I think it's important. So, this collection came with three editions of Myst. There's the Masterpiece Edition, which came out in 1999. There's the Real Myst Masterpiece Edition, which came out in 2014. And then there's Myst, which came out last year. That's rude. Heather's over here doing this. Three. Anyway. The big changes are graphical and a little bit of interaction, I believe. What we're going to do is we're going to fire up Masterpiece Edition first and, watch the intro is my plan. Then we'll fire up Real Myst, Real Myst Masterpiece Edition, to show, how they updated that a little bit. But we're going to play the newest version, I think. I don't know if they changed the puzzles between versions. It's been a long time since I've played Myst. But I used to play this game a lot. All right, so let's get Masterpiece Edition rolling. Please work. I tested this earlier. It should be working. There we go. Yeah, it seemed like it might be a bit loud. So let me drop that a little bit. New game. I can't hear it now. What the heck? You guys can hear it, I hope?
I realized the moment I fell into the fissure that the book would not be destroyed as I had planned. It continued falling into that starry expanse of which I had only a fleeting glimpse. I've tried to speculate where it might have landed. I must admit, however, such conjecture is futile. Still, questions about whose hands might one day hold my Myst book are unsettling to me. I know my apprehensions might never be allayed, and so I close, realizing that perhaps the ending has not yet been written.
Okay. Classic. Touch with your hand. Myst. You all got to hear the intro audio. We pick up the book. It seems to be having a problem. There we go. Video's playing finally. So, like, the thing is like, in the original game, the reason the videos were so small on the page is because that was as much fidelity as they could get out of the computers. But as you can see, the hand icon changes when we can touch a thing like this. You know, there's not a lot of options. We're in the bottom of a chasm with a book. So we click on that, we get the wonderful book sound. So welcome to Myst Island, right? We've got the little hand, right, pointing, so we can turn left or right. We can go forward. There's not really anything for us to interact with on this screen. Ooh, a little video of seagulls. That must have been added in the Masterpiece Edition. So we turn right. Oh, look, there's a sunken ship here. Can't really do anything with that. That doesn't look like a seagull. Maybe it's a seagull? Maybe it's something else. There's nothing. We can't go any further this way. There's those redwoods that we saw. Okay, what's this? Tail looked too long to me. Okay, so, like, this is, like, the gist of it, right? Oh, hey, look, we can walk in here. And walk down here. We can turn around. Sorry. Love the music in this game. It's gonna be full of nostalgia for me. So, settings, dimensional imager, topographical extrusion test, 40. Water turbulent pool, 67. Marker switch diagram, 47. Oh, well, it's on 67. Let's do 40. Oh, it doesn't loop. Ooh. Hi, Nauseum. Thanks for the follow. But why would you hate when your topograph gets extruded? That's how you get a 3D shape. Just play in reverse. Turn it off. Let's see. Let's change it to 47. Oh, and of course, for those of you who have never seen it before, Myst is a puzzle game with a lot of stuff, which means, of course, Banghead here makes its return. I will be keeping notes because it's been a very long time since I played. I've not remembered all of the stuff. There's a lot. Oh, look, it's a marker switch. Woo, woo, woo. How neat. Yeah. I remember back in the day that I spent so much time with this game. But anyway, like, okay, so, like, this is, like, you know, obviously there's going to be a lot of stuff, right? I don't want to spend a lot of time on this version because we're going to play the newest one. But I really wanted to show, like, this is as close as I could get on modern computers, on what I have and what was easily available to me, to what the original game looked like. but this is the masterpiece that came out in '99. It's wild. Oh, yeah, I remember you sharing that with me before. The computer book. I'm incredibly jealous. So, like, slightly less graphical fidelity in the original release, but like, this is the way you interacted with the world, right? Like, this is what it was. So we're gonna quit that. Go back to the room real quick. All right. So let's look at the one that came in between there and here. 15 years later. Yeah. That's pretty funny. To rickroll somebody with the Myst book. So this is Real Myst Masterpiece Edition, which came out in 2014.
I realized the moment I fell into the fissure that the book would not be destroyed as I had planned. It continued falling into that starry expanse of which I had only a fleeting glimpse. I've tried to speculate where it might have landed, but I must admit that such conjecture is futile.
Oh, there is a VR Myst. Why did it stop playing video? Hello? Hello? There we go. Things got a little out of sync there. So, as you can see already, better graphical fidelity. Slightly different flyover of the island. But we ended up in the same place. I love that sound. Yeah. Yeah, I already showed off the puzzle notebook. Bang your head is present. I explore anywhere using standard game navigation keys to move and the mouse to look around. Yeah, let's see. I really feel like the game was designed around the classic movement, so you should use classic movement. Escape for the main menu. Alright, so, hey, look, the graphics are prettier, right? And, there's our sunken ship. And our little tunnel. Well, look, 40, 47, 67. This map isn't as good as the old one, honestly. The old one was a better map. Well, anyway. I wonder. I hit escape. If we go into settings, we can change it to free roam. Let's do that. Oh boy. Yeah, we'll if we can play it with the classic controls, we will be. It feels wrong to walk freely in this place. So, we didn't walk up this way in the last one, but, you know, we come up on the island, there's these buildings, there's whatever the heck that is. There's... Camera, please. There's this thing. What's up with the giant gears? They don't even interlock. You couldn't climb up on them in the old one. Well, anyway, again, speed run this game on a 3DS with a stylus. That's pretty cool. So that's that one. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna play the one that was released in 2021, which is the re-release that's just called Myst again. Which is frustrating for any number of reasons. But this one has a VR mode, so if you have a VR headset and you want to play Myst in VR, like that's a thing you can do. This one. So, before we get started, ground rules. As with all puzzle games, I like to solve puzzles. I like to feel smart. And so with that in mind, please don't just tell me the answers to puzzles if you get there before I do. I will occasionally scream out that I am the smartest man alive. I expect you all to clap when I do. The book will come out when I want to make notes. I will attempt to chit-chat and everything while that's happening. To keep things interesting. If I'm stuck or lost, I will ask, is this something that I wrote in my book before? And if so, please just remind me that I made a note. If I completely stumped, I might ask for help. It will be, I am completely stumped. Please help me. And then, of course, if we're all completely stumped, none of us are above cheating. So, because it's not cheating, we're here to have fun. All right. Nauseum, I am sure you're not the dumbest man alive. I've met dumb people before. If you like Myst, you can't be that dumb. Okay. Options. Let's see. Quality preset, custom. You have volume. This can get turned right the hell down, I'm sure. Controller diagram. No. We're playing with a mouse. How dare you? Advanced graphics stuff. Yeah, super high. Sounds great. Okay, am I going to have to unplug the controller? Are you that confused? You've been in the community a while. Talking through a puzzle is a valid strat, and spoiling this game is a crime. Correct. That's how I feel about every puzzle game. And like I said, it's been a while since I played this. Like, I've played Myst I don't know how many times over the years, and I love this game. in a lot of ways. Let's see. All of that's fine. Okay. Interface. Ooh, dialogue subtitles. Always have subtitles on. Sound context subtitles. Oh, well, we have to turn that on. Always have stuff on so that people don't enabling this replaces all updated character videos with the classic FMV style videos from the original Myst. We'll leave the videos with the new ones. Always show tutorials. Yeah. Oh. Legacy navigation. Oh, Real Myst, not Real Myst Masterpiece Edition is bad, huh? Yeah. Yeah. Huh. Interesting. I'm gonna leave this alone for now, and we'll see. We'll see what the game does. All right. Okay. Well. Oh, there's a notebook. That's nice. New game. Oh, well, let's do the classics, just because maybe I'll remember some of them. Select your puzzle solution preference. If you're new to Myst, we recommend selecting classic. That's fun, though, that it has a randomized one. So you can play the game over and over and just get new puzzles.
I realized the moment I fell into the fissure that the book would not be destroyed as I had planned. It continued falling into that starry expanse of which I had only a fleeting glimpse. I've tried to speculate where it might have landed, but I must admit that such conjecture is futile. Still, questions about whose hands might one day hold my Myst book are unsettling to me. I know my apprehensions might never be allayed, and so I close, realizing that perhaps the ending has not yet been written.
All right. I have to say, oof. All right, we're gonna try this. The original intro, or as close to the original intro as we've gotten, is better because it shows him using the book as he falls into the fissure. Anyway, we'll learn who that guy is later. Holy buckets, we're screaming across that water. Save regularly. Alright. Fierce crash bug. That sucks. You'd think they'd fix those. Alright. Wow, 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 wow. half hour in, we're starting the actual game we're going to play. Oh, look at it. Looks pretty good. Oh, hello, Toby. Are you jealous of the fact that I'm playing video games again? Yes. Save. New save. There we go. You gonna go? Bye. No dog camera time yet. Okay, so, hey, welcome to Myst Island. Those are some good-looking trees. Good video game trees. Seagulls. Sunken ship. Slightly different layout. Your neighbor's dog randomly walked into your house and napped on your couch today. 10 out of 10. I'm going to have to disagree with you there. That sounds like an 11 out of 10. So, they redid all this in a way that looks neat. Alright, so settings, dimensional manager, imager, again. Let's go ahead and look at the 40. So I find it fascinating that every one of these future releases of this has a lower quality three-dimensional image map than the first one. That's hilarious to me. Aw, rescue pit bulls are always sweet. Sorry, I'm gonna be a little bit sad now. Press the escape button to open the menu. What's this? Click. Click. Nothing. Nothing. You know what makes these seagulls completely unbelievable? As seagulls, there's not a drop of bird crap on this entire dock. They moved the switch. Click. Click. Nothing. Hello again, Toby. So, this is Myst Island. This is where the Myst book took us. Classical sailing ships, some weird giant metal gears, some Roman architecture, or I guess Greek, I don't know. Some trees. Ooh. Don't walk on a grave, it's rude. Do you want to come up? Yeah? You feeling ignored? Come here. Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy. All right, Toby. Are you going to be good? You going to help me with puzzles? No. You just wanted to be in my lap because I was ignoring you. Are you at least going to say hi to the audience? I hear that that's how I actually get more followers and stuff, is dogs. Nauseum, this is Toby. Oh, you're a sweetheart, truly. But I want to play my game. So you can lay there. I'm gonna put my headphones back on. Yeah, yeah, you can lay here. I can drive this game with you laying on my arm. That's fine. No, you don't like this? Okay, my arm's gonna lay on you then. Click, click. Ah, we saw stars. It's a planetarium. Cool. We'll have to figure some of those out later. We don't actually know enough yet to solve any puzzles. But we know there's a planetarium. We know there's a giant gear. We know there's a sunken ship. Are you going to get down? What are you doing? You seem really antsy. Okay, bye. No, don't get up there. Hey. You're not supposed to have your paws up there. Good boy. Yeah, a bunch of seagulls for some reason. I'm sure that's fine. Oh, some weird light things. That one's got a bird. And cross. And a leaf. And an arrow. Click. Click. Okay. Hey, look, it's a sunken ship. I'm sure that's not related in any way. Oh, hey, a boat anchor. No, it doesn't seem to have fixed anything. That's not a spider. I was about to say spider, but it's just some weird bug. Snack. And an eye. We've got a library, looks like. We'll go in there in a minute. Let's finish looking around. Ooh, there's a ladder. Click. Nope. Well, go back down. So, like, one thing I'll say right off the bat is, like, the classic Myst, because of the limitations in movement being what they were, meant that you didn't spend a lot of time wandering around places that weren't important. Maybe I have to get power running, eh? Power for the rocket ship. Maybe that's how I get off this island. Because that boat sank. I'm not trusting it on the ocean. For good cause. That's... You're going to fit in around here, Nauseam. We are a fan of good, bad puns. Nothing. Alright. What's in here? Ooh. Big green button. Oh. Button. Oh, number go up. Number go up. Number go up more. Nope. We must have blown a fuse. Well, we don't know what we want that to be yet anyway, so let's not mess with it. Ooh, power. Power to ship. Generator switches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay. Does that add 1? No, that adds 10. That adds 1. 2. 22. 19. You design escape rooms as a hobby? Okay, that's fun. That's cool. This bunker is great, let's be clear. Everything on this island's great. 9. All right. We'll come back and play with this more when we have an idea of what we're actually looking for, okay? Let's finish exploring. Like, we don't know what we're trying to hit there. Ooh. A clock tower on a giant gear. I wonder if that's related, eh? Ooh. Well, we don't know what time we need it to be. That's some real active water. And then there's the log cabin. And then there's behind the log cabin. Click. Click. Inside. Sliding door instead of an opening door. Ooh, we've got a weird little safe. We've got a artwork of a tree. We've got a pressure thing. Nothing to interact with. All right. Close the door behind us because we're not rude. And then we have this tree, which is in a hole. That's not weird. All right. The puzzle regarding the cabin has the crash bug. Okay. Thank you for that warning. Speaking of, we haven't saved in a while. So before we go in the library, let's save. Ooh, we can just press X to take a picture, you say. Alright. Well, welcome to the library. There's a weird fireplace. I appreciate you warning me if something would break the game. That's perfectly acceptable. Secrets, you say? I have stepped into the fireplace. And now there's this. Oh boy. What happens here if we interact with it, you say? Ah, lights turn on and off. That sounds like a thing you wouldn't want inside your fireplace. Anyway. There's a blue book and a blue page. Ooh, crossed swords. That's a nice detail. There's a red book and a red page and some stuff there. Ooh, look, we're in the library, right? Oh no. Somebody burned all the books. I have called this age Channelwood, and it is a very different world. Though it is exactly how I imagined it, it is still amazing to see it with my own eyes. Water covers this age as far as I can see, except for a small rocky island. Elsewhere, there are only trees which grow directly out of the water. A myriad of thin wooden passageways are built just above the water and disappear into the forest. I assume they were built some time ago, for they appear aged. I am eager to discover more about this land and its people, but I have arrived here late and I must rest. I was awakened this morning by strange noises coming from a pathway adjacent to the one on which I had slept. I saw a group of monkey-like people heading in my direction. They had not seen me yet. I did not feel threatened by their presence. Their response to me was one that I would have never expected. After staring at me for a short time, they fell to their knees and began what appeared to be some sort of ceremonial worship. I tried to speak to them, but they did not understand my language. Instead, they indicated through enthusiastic hand motions that I was to follow them. As we walked, I began to notice that the waters below us were changing colors. Slowly, subtly, they would change from deep blue to muddy orange, then from muddy orange to beautifully clear. I was so intrigued by the water, I hardly noticed that we had arrived at a ladder. Climbing the ladder led us to a village, which is about 10 meters above the water and can only be reached by rope ladders that stretch from the lower paths to the village level approximately halfway up the grand trees. It is very interesting watching these people carry out their daily tasks. Even after watching them for hours, I did not understand exactly what they were doing. At sunset, they motioned for me to follow them. I followed the creatures to the doorway of the enormous hut. Strangely, once inside, I found the hut appeared even larger than it had from the outside. The walls were garnished with bright metals, and in the center of the hut sat the leader of these people. At least he appeared to be their leader, for he sat a meter off the floor on a thick throne. Guards surrounded the strong creature, who was dressed in many exotic, colorful fabrics. Next to the leader sat a very old human. At least, to some extent, he appears human. His hair, which was only on his face and head, was completely gray, almost white, and hung very long around his frail body. His thin head hung limply by an almost grotesque neck that could not hold its head up to look at me. But what a surprise, this creature could speak my language. Shortly thereafter, I was given a bed with some hand motions that looked to be telling me to go to sleep. I look forward to learning more. As I suspected, the ancient creature is a human, but he is old beyond his own reckoning, and he seems almost insane. However, the tree dwellers almost revere him as a god. They are treating me now in the same fashion, which makes me feel very uncomfortable. Yeah, I also appreciate that they redid the writing. It's very nice. It is almost impossible to understand this old man. His voice is feeble but wild. He has adopted much of the language of the tree dwellers. He himself told me he had not spoken our own tongue in ages. He attempted to explain to me the history of this place. The following is my best translation of what he told me. Many years ago, the humans and tree dwellers lived together in this place, which was then a vast island. They interacted very little. The humans dwelt on the ground, and the tree dwellers lived above the humans. Occasionally, the island was disturbed by mysterious rumblings, which happened randomly. Some sort of tectonic or volcanic action, I suspect. Then, the sometimes slight, sometimes heavy tremors only last a short time. Then they would stop, allowing everything to return to normal. One day, things changed. The rumbling began and grew quickly to unprecedented levels. Soon it became apparent that the entire island was sinking slowly into the ocean around them. Many of the humans died that day, but not before sacrificing themselves in order to stop the sinking of the island. The humans who lived through this catastrophe moved into the trees where they gradually died out, maybe because they were unequipped for such an environment, but I am not sure. This is the story the old man communicated to me. Although many details are very unclear in my mind, I am especially confused as to how the humans saved the island from completely sinking. In fact, I doubt the accuracy of this part of the story. The island must have stopped on its own. Yet the old man believes in the truth of the story as if he'd been there, and the tree dwellers worship him, and apparently all humans, as if they were heroes or gods. The old man ended our conversation today with an event which I will never forget. He began gripping my hands tightly, murmuring something about rest and asleep. He then said, "We had expected you to come sooner." These actions filled me with a sort of immediate dread. With much effort, he stood to his feet. I tried to help, but he pushed me away with more force than I imagined his frail body contained. The tree dwellers quietly surrounded him with very solemn faces. Then they kneeled before him. He walked to each and placed his hand on their heads. All the while he murmured words which I did not understand. Finally he turned to me and smiled. Then he closed his eyes, walked out the door, and off the narrow path high in the trees. The tree dwellers were silent. They began a procession down the nearest rope ladder. As I was descending, I saw several of them pick up the body. He had fallen onto a lower level of walkway, and carry it away. He was laying down at the dead end of a short pier-like structure. With the use of some potion, one of the tree creatures lit the pier on fire, and I watched as the flames engulfed him. As this strange funeral proceeded, the waters around the pier changed dull green. This morning I awoke, finding it hard to even believe the previous evening's events. The water is a dull green for as far as I can see now. For some reason, the water no longer shifts color. As I wander throughout the pathways, the creatures watch me, curious to see what I will do next. They are constantly offering me strange objects of affection. I even found food outside the doorway to the room in which I had slept. This is a unique race of beings. I hope to learn their language soon so that I may learn more from them. I have lived on this world for 3 months off and on, and the tree dwellers have shown great hospitality. I am even beginning to learn bits of their language. I have decided to return home for an extended stay with my loving wife and my sons, and hopefully return with them. However, I am sure Catherine will once again refuse. I think this age would be a wonderful experience for them all, and I at least look forward to how Sirius and Akinar will react to its curious inhabitants. Catherine is staying behind as expected. My sons have returned with me, and they enjoy this age very much. They get along very well with the tree dwellers and are picking up their language surprisingly fast. I have no doubt that it will not be too long until they can speak with the tree dwellers much better than myself. I am leaving tomorrow to check on Osmoian. Osmoian? The Osmoian age. Sirius has suggested that I allow him and his brother to stay. Though the idea unsettles me, I know the boys are growing up rapidly. The hospitality of these creatures is such that I could think of no better place to leave them alone for a short while so that I will consent to their request. I warned the boys not to take advantage of the respect the tree dwellers have for their ideas. They seem to understand my warning, and I have faith they will follow it. Much to my dismay, upon arriving in Everdunes, I learned that Pran and her people are continuing to be menaced by the Choktik. I fear for their survival and plan on returning to her shortly after checking on Sirius and Akinar here. See Everdune's journal for more information. After watching Sirius and Akinar, I see they are handling things very well, and I think I can put to rest any fears about leaving them in Channelwood again. And for a little longer time. The tree dwellers seem slightly distressed that I am leaving, but are happy that Sirius and Akinar are staying behind again. I have been gone for over 3 days, and I have been to many different places. I had to tell Sirius and Akinar about Pran's death today, and they were visibly shaken, although they only remember her from their childhood. Catherine had suggested that it would be wise for Sirius and Akinar to leave Channelwood for a while, and I have to agree. They will be returning with me when I leave again. I have told my sons they will be returning with me in 2 days. They spent the entire night telling me of an adventure they experienced in my absence, and it was rather remarkable. It seems they constructed a boat with the creatures and traveled some ways out into the surrounding waters. I enjoy hearing them talk excitedly of their adventures, and am reminded of my own adventures as a child. I finally understand why the tree dwellers have been giving me their many inks and insisting I write with them. Looking through some of my past entries, I see now that the inks have changed from the black. I thought they were two various different colors. I have shown some of the creatures my journal, and they laughed and howled. I did not know they had such a sense of humor. Even now, as I look through this very colorful journal, I cannot help but laugh myself. We will be returning tomorrow, so my sons are with the creatures for the last night here. They have told me they would like to come to Channelwood again, and also asked if they can visit some other ages alone. Though I will have to think over their request, I believe they have proven to me that they are trustworthy and responsible. Catherine will also have to help me decide whether they are ready for travel alone. For now, I must give my farewells to the creatures, for I do not know how long it will be until I visit this age again. So, journaling, right? This is a large part of this game has to do with the keeping of notes, of writing stories. And it's one of the reasons I love it. I'm just sketching the map that they have of Channelwood because I remember it mattering. So, you know, it's a thing. But we now know two names, Cirrus and Akinar, sons of our journal writer, who apparently travels to other worlds. And, well, we know that it's possible to do so with books now, because we have done so. Oop. Snap my pencil lid. And what shouldn't they do? You're saying don't do it. Don't do what? Don't leave his sons alone. But it worked out fine. Why the worry? Drew that slightly wrong. Nice little quick sketch of Channelwood. We got a picture of a windmill, a hut around the tree. That's nice. Oh boy. Burn. Ooh. We can pick up this burn buck. No, we can't. How about this burn buck? No, no, no. 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 No, 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 no. What's in this book? Oh. A little grid with something in the middle that's different? Oh, look, it's an entire diagram about the fireplace. You think maybe... Oh, no. The fact they didn't remaster the numbers on there is actually a little frustrating. Oh my goodness, there's so many. So you think maybe that's going to be relevant at some point? How many are there in this again? Anybody know off the top of their head? I don't remember. I think there's 200. Nope, more than 200. We're done. Until the game tells us to look at it again. Let's see. Ooh, stone silo. Right? Stone ship. That's what it's called. Stone ship age. Channelwood, stone ship. Water first. Emmett was the first to live on the rocks. He named them the rocks because that is what they were, a group of sharp rocks clustered together in the middle of a large sea. This was where Emmett lived. He enjoyed his life. Emmett would occasionally swim to nearby rocks, as it was never too far of a distance. One day, another person appeared on the rocks for no apparent reason to Emmett. Emmett named this new person Branch. Emmett and Branch quickly became friends, swimming and hunting for fish together often. Emmett showed Branch the simple cave in which he lived on the largest rock. Soon, Branch discovered a place where he decided to live, also on the same large rock. The sun always shone brightly in their world, and the water was always dazzlingly clear, allowing them to see almost to the deep ocean floor which surrounded them. Though the sun always shone, it was never too hot for the boys. A light breeze always came from the north and cooled the area down. One day, while Branch was swimming and having fun in the water, he noticed another boy swimming. Branch brought the new boy to Emmett to find out what to call the new boy. Emmett said the new boy should be called Will. Will was soon a part of the group, and all three of the boys swam and enjoyed their perfect world. At least, that is the story I was told when I arrived today on the island. Emmett, Branch, and Will were surprised to see me at first, but even before the night ended, we were all becoming good friends. Today, the second day on this newly created age, a strange thing happened. It was not strange to me, but the three boys did not understand what was happening. While I was relaxing under a large tree on one of the smaller rock islands, it began to rain. It was a nice rain that lasted for about an hour in the morning. I explained to the boys that the rain was not harmful, yet they obviously still feared it. Before I go to sleep tonight, I told the boys I would leave the following day. I told them that while I was gone, I would make a surprising change in their world. They didn't understand, not that I expected them to. I still do not fully understand what happened today. I was experimenting with the art, testing the limits of the rules as dictated to me by Father. I attempted to create a boat by writing it into the world. I thought everything was planned correctly, yet somehow the boat had become gripped by the rock and broken in half. Although this test did not turn out as I had hoped, I now have answers to a few of the questions my father never answered. As for the boat, I can see the boys enjoy it anyway, and with that I am pleased. They have played on it all day. Even though the boat cannot move, I have enjoyed studying from it. It is a much sturdier platform than the jagged rocks. In the course of my observations, I have learned some very interesting things regarding the solar system of this age. The nights are absolutely beautiful here. I have made note of and named a number of constellations that pass above me. Also during the night, I catch glimmers of light from the horizon, which I have not been able to discover if it is created by some natural phenomenon or by additional people on far-off islands or rocks. I should very much like to discover which. I rather suspect it is additional people, which would explain the appearance of Branch and Will. The rain today was slightly heavier than usual. Just when the boys were getting used to the light rains, a small storm arrived. They were frightened of the heavier rain, not to mention the thunder and lightning. If rain has never fallen here until recently, as the boys tell me, I would like to discover why it is falling now. Regardless, I've decided to return home for a short while. I have also been thinking of some plans for a lighthouse that I hope to construct soon. I think that perhaps by shining a bright light toward the horizon, it might prove my suspicions regarding additional inhabitants. They would be curious about the light and travel to discover its source, if they have the means. I have returned with many tools that I will need for construction of the lighthouse. I have decided that once the lighthouse is completed, I will leave for some time and let the world's own imagination have control. We have worked 3 weeks on the lighthouse now and are making great progress. The rock that we are building on seems to not be as secure as I would like. I have had to alter my plans slightly, but those alterations pose no real problem. The boys are quite strong and have been helping me immensely. I estimate the construction will be done within 2 days. The lighthouse is finished, and we are all proud of our creation. The boys are amazed at the structure wrought from rock with their own hands. That evening we powered up the generator, much to the boys' dread at first, and shined a great light to the horizon for many hours. I stayed the night in the top of the lighthouse, and in the morning awoke to observe the sunrise without my being coated with the chilly blanket of ocean dew I had become accustomed to. It was Will who first saw the girl. She was swimming not far from the boat, where Will was getting ready to hunt for fish. Then Will noticed a man not far away from the girl. Emmett was very pleased to meet the additional neighbors. I feel pleased to leave this age. I have set in motion events that have nothing to do with writing or the art, that will have a more profound impact on this world than I could have ever written. I think... Another map, Stone Ship Age, bird's eye view. I wonder if perhaps this is related to the sunken ship. Just copying maps. You never know when you're going to need a map. This This age is a gift to myself that I will wrap up and open someday in the future, only to discover that it has changed so much that indeed it is a surprise. Besides, I have yet another new age that awaits me. It seems I'm going to need some way to travel underwater in this new age, and so much planning is in order. It has been 10 years since I left this age, which I have since called the Stone Ship Age. Upon returning, I cannot believe the changes that have taken place. The original 3 boys have grown into adults, and there are many new faces that I do not recognize. Branch told me that it has not rained for 7 years, and the cool breezes are back again. They are all very content and have been serving me with new foods and showing me new materials they have discovered. It even seems they have found gold somewhere. I see it in many forms around the island. My lighthouse has been kept in perfect condition, and it looks as if they have tried their very best to keep it so. Yet, I have noted that the entire rock it was built on has sunk approximately 40 or 50 centimeters. After a wonderful visit with my old friends, I wonder aloud with them what things will be like here in another 10 years. Hey, look, constellations. You think maybe this is something to do with the buttons outside by the columns or the planetarium? I think so. I think so. So, big star, little star, little star, little star, big star, little star, big star. And that quite clearly the anchor. Ooh, the eye. Binary stars. And then 2 little stars. I do, I will, of course, share that, like, hey, here's those sketches I did of the maps. And, of course, starting to draw the constellations in. So, yeah, like, there's a fair bit of stuff to pay attention to, right? Like, there's small, big, small, big, small, small, and a big all the way down there. This is the snake. It's Sid, everybody. The bug. So, big star with a little star right next to it. Little star, real big star, big star. Little star. What you got there, buddy? Oh, you got a chew bone. Little star. Real big star. And that is our bug friend. Oh, look, it's a Southern Cross. Little star. Little star. Big star. Little star. bird. Leaf. No more. No more. Okay, that leaves us 2 more bugs. Mechanical. All right. Oh yeah, like someone burned all these books, and that's messed up. Imagine if these were all journals, right? Before arriving this age, I was determined that it would be a journey to a world very different from my previous adventures, and it was. The sky here is dark and gray and incessantly displays flashes of lightning in the distance. I met a very old man with a long beard and hair that hangs to his waist. He is very feeble and has trouble even moving. This man has obviously been through very many things in this strange world, and I have learned many things from him. He has told me an interesting story of this world's history. Years ago, he told me, there was a beautiful city that rose up out of the water. It housed many people inside its walls, and the people had everything they wished for. The city was surrounded by 3 high hills, which rose higher than the city. On the east hill of the city rested a large lookout post. The people of the city had constructed the post expecting visitors to arrive from the east. The people had no means of traveling on the water, which forced them to merely wait for friend or foe. As time passed, friendly visitors brought rumors of an enemy that existed beyond the horizon. The people grew fearful, yet nothing happened. One day, the usually sunny sky became as dark as night, and black ships appeared on the horizon. The lookout post's attempts at peace were turned away, and the sentries were easily overwhelmed. The ships continued to wreak havoc on the city, apparently destroying everyone and everything. After the foundations of the city were destroyed, the city sunk deep into the ocean, and only the lookout post remained. The black ships sailed away. The man continued to say that 8 people had hidden and managed to survive through the attack. In the 9 years since the attack, 2 of the survivors had died. He also said that it was rumored that 10 years from the attack, the enemy would return to finish the destruction they had started so long ago. I have decided, since hearing the man's story, it would be admirable to save this civilization and stop the enemy's plan of destruction. I am excited about the adventure that awaits me, and an idea has sparked in my mind to provide the needed defense for these people. I met the remaining survivors today and have begun work on a plan for protection. Hmm. Not sure if that's anything. After a short absence, I have returned to this age with my two sons. They have, as of yet, traveled rarely with me, and they are understandably excited to be here. They have grown considerably since Everdunes, and it is already obvious to me that they will be a great help this time, instead of the nuisance they have been in the past. All three of us, along with four of the healthier survivors, began construction today. We are building upon the old city's ruins, which will provide a perfect foundation for our fortress. My sons have been spending much of their spare time on the South Island, where most of my materials are stored. I am very pleased with their intelligence and their creativity is refreshing to see as they work on some small projects of their own. It has been over 4 months now, and construction is going well. My sons love the world except for its gray sky. They detest the gray sky and tell me many times they wish the sky here were like the blue sky in Myst. The old man I first talked to tells me that the enemy is due in 4 months. I feel we will be ready when the time comes. The man reminds me of Emmett in many ways, and I often wonder how Emmett and his people are doing. It has been 6 months of work, and we have finally finished the fortress. It rests between the three hills, which are now only islands due to a rising water level that the people experienced after the attack. Inside the fortress, I have designed a most intriguing device. It makes use of technology called holography I began experimenting with on my visits to Aspermere. It will be working in a couple of days after I compensate for some small miscalculations. This holographic device will enable the survivors to learn to use the fortress. Power, track slope. Okay. The enemy is due to come soon, and I trust the fortress will provide sufficient protection for all of us. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3. Power. And then there's this. I'm not sure if that'll be anything. Oh, it's the map. No north arrow on your map? So, it's Rocky Island. All right. The black ships have come. Their attack was substantial. Their weapons have been stopped, and it appears they have turned away in defeat. I cannot help but smile as I watch the boats leave. Insignia of the black ship. Do, do, do. Last night we had a small celebration, and the old survivors danced their dances of old. My sons did not understand why the sky had not turned back to its original blue. The old man told them that the storms would never end until the enemy was destroyed. I assured my sons that a blue sky was not worth the risk of death, and they seemed to hear me. I've had a healthy adventure and have begun work on a new book. Once again, I must leave a familiar age in search of a new universe I have begun. But first I will have an extended time with Catherine, who I miss very much. I must also return to the people of the tide. I believe in my travels I have found a substance that will ease the pain of their bone ailments that they have long endured. I hope to return to mechanical age one day and find the population growing and my fortress still strong. Though the sky may always be black, I am confident the people here feel a heavier darkness has been lifted from their shoulders. All right. The Selentic Age of Myst. I know that we've been going for like an hour and a half, and mostly I've been reading to you guys. I hope you understand that I consider this important for the puzzles later. Understanding some of the story and whatnot. This is the stuff that I did. It has been a while since I have heard only silence, and I enjoy it greatly, I think. For some reason, I do not feel altogether welcome in this new world in which I have arrived, but how can I be unwelcome in an age with no inhabitants? It is, of course, only in my head. This world is very beautiful, but I think I have yet to ever write in a journal that an age I have linked to is horrid or disgusting. From the grassy hill where I am standing, I can see green fields below, along with a few scattered forests. A rather large lake looms some distance from where I am standing, yet the water's blue can be seen plainly from here. The air is fresh, and the sky is sparkled with white clouds. It is absolutely breathtaking, and yet, that strange feeling again. Perhaps it is the hot breeze that continues to blow from the north, hotter than I would have imagined. It almost singes my skin, and I feel quite uncomfortable when it comes. I'll try to ignore it. Night has almost arrived, and the sunset is spectacular. Oranges and reds have settled above the western horizon. Though night has come, the horizon still glows red, long past the sunset. Dark reds flow from the horizon and blend into the black sky. Again the feeling, and I am beginning to believe it is not all in my mind. I must sleep now. I will need my strength to explore more tomorrow. I have had to return home due to an unpredictable natural occurrence more frightening than I have ever experienced. I was awakened by terrible shakings in the ground and explosions on all sides of me. Gigantic balls of fire were falling from the sky, and I immediately left in fear of my life. I must remember to bring a Myst linking book with me when I return, in case the one left there has been destroyed or damaged. I have returned to a different world than the one I left only 3 months ago. It has been transformed into a barren desert, and, with only gigantic craters scattered across the land to provide variety, strangely enough, the small grassy hill where I spent my first night remains exactly the way I found it. Apparently the falling meteors did not hit this area, leaving an oasis in the midst of this horrible desolation. The hot wind, I remember, has turned into a rather pleasant breeze, which is at least one improvement. I fear it is the only improvement. The magnificent lake I saw on my first visit is now completely dried up. However, another lake now exists and appears to be quite a bit larger. I assume one of the falling meteors created this lake due to its circular shape and the jutting rock that grows out of the center of the lake. The rest of this world seems like desert. although I will verify that statement with closer inspection. Though this world has little visual excitement to offer, it offers much to the ears. Sounds constantly flow through my ears, and I have found where a few of them originate. It seems, as Catherine says, I do find beauty in everything. Last night, I was awakened by a horrible hissing. I was sweating, and the heat was so intense that I immediately dipped my head in a nearby stream to cool it down. The hot breezes had returned, along with a low roar from the ground. I walked a short distance to observe some red flames shooting up from the earth. Suddenly, the ground began to crack, and a huge chasm opened. The chasm continued to grow until it was far too wide to cross. Then the tumult subsided, leaving only a dull roar. I have decided, however, that I can use the chasm to my advantage. Perhaps the heat from the chasm can be harnessed. Even as the chasm has ripped into the surface of this world, it has opened up a whole new world to explore. Although uncomfortably hot, I found it possible to reach a cave in the chasm that had been created, and have now explored deep into the crust of this planet. I have found a vast underground cave system that will take many years to map and explore. I will also look for a safer way to reach the underground than through the chasm wall. This age seems to change on its own, so I feel I should leave again and see if things are different when I return. It is also important that I check on Cirrus and Akinar and make sure everything is going along well. When I return, I also hope to bring back some tools I will need for my plans to explore the underground. The abundance of raw materials here is beginning to amaze me. I have returned with some of the complex tools I knew I would be needing. I assumed I would have to return for more basic materials. However, it seems as though I will be able to find everything I need here. Of course, iron is abundant, but I have also found titanium occurring naturally. I am all the more excited to begin work. Everything is set, and I look forward to tomorrow. My raw materials are all here. I think I'll be able to have most of my additions to this age completed within 1 year. I so love working with my hands, whether writing or building. I began today on the bridge, and I have decided to... 3 meters is not enough support for the beams, although amazingly strong. Prized inventions. I am extremely... Could never have imagined to come together quite as... I doubt. Could possibly work with 14 instead of 8. Completely fatigued. I am so happy to have completed... tomorrow. Tomorrow. He's leaving tomorrow. Let me go back for a second here. Just... drawing this compass. I don't know if that's going to be relevant later. I am leaving today in order to bring back Cirrus and Akinar. I have left them alone in Channelwood. I believe they will enjoy all there is to see here. The age seems to have stabilized. I believe the meteor set off a period of volcanic activity by piercing into the shallow crust, but the tremors have become few. I have just noticed that a large amount of this journal has curiously vanished from the very pages on which I wrote over the last 18 months. Fortunately, I have copied many of my construction notes in another journal. I do not understand the many mysteries of this world, but I trust I will discover logical answers to my questions. I have a feeling that many of my questions can be answered in another age to which I hope to travel soon, but for now I must simply accept the world's mysteries and take pride in my accomplishments. Hey, it's a piano, everybody, with a numbered code. How did I draw a repeating pattern of a piano incorrectly? Did it again. I'm alternating the wrong way. There we go. No more to this book. All right. We have now read all of the books that are in the library. Now, what have we learned? Lots of things, right? Okay. Well, there's one on this one. Dude is not a great father. Ooh, calling him out. What? Oh, hey, the door's shut. But now there's a secret door. Secret tunnel. Secret tunnel. Okay, so we've got an elevator. Leaving the library, going up. Tower. Ah, the tower. Key. Book. Okay, so that doesn't appear to be looking anywhere. So, that's overlooking the library. That's overlooking a key. So I guess if we were to turn this 180, maybe we'd see something. So let's try that. Beautiful. Beautiful looking stuff here, right? Hmm. Light bulbs, bad yellow paint. Oh. No, we just rotated key around. Ah, I misunderstood what was moving. Okay. Okay. Well, we don't have anything to see. Hmm. Well, there are two things we haven't interacted... Well, four things, technically, we haven't interacted with in here. The red book and the red page, the blue book and the blue page. Choices, choices, everyone. Please pick a book. Blue! Blue is first, I believe. Oh, hey. Now what?
Serious? Stop. You. Seal. He was picking up.
Hi, Akinar.
They kept me. Bring me pages. Forever and ever. Pages. Have the blue pages. To me.
Sorry, had to ban that person. Huh. Needs the blue pages. Well, that's Akinar. Do we think that this is Cirrus, then?
You must help me. Bring me a red page. I can't see. Need a red page. You must. Please bring me. Beg of you, bring page. Help me. I am serious.
Hi, Cirrus.
There is one thing I know to be rescued. You must.
All right. So that's Cirrus and Akinar. And they appear to be trapped And some books. Now, where could we find pages? We haven't seen any. There's this. Ooh. Oh, we should turn on the planetarium. Ooh, boy. We have no idea what date various things happened on, right? No way of knowing. Well, I guess we'll have to figure out how to use the planetarium later. I do not have a gun with which to shoot down seagulls. Also, just for your information, it's illegal in most places to kill carrion birds. So what do we do then? Lots of things we could play with. Let's turn all these toggles on. Maybe that'll do something. Oh, the seagulls might be pages. Oh, interesting, interesting. This is a weird island, it's true. We got here by traveling through a book. Ooh. Well, I didn't do anything. No, that one's all the way out there on that island. I can't reach that. All right. Oh, we should save. We've done enough stuff. Saving is probably a good idea. No, 1 and 1, they track the pages. That's nice. Was there a switch out here? There was. Haha! Time to go look at the switch. We have flipped all the switches. Woohoo! All the switches we could reach. Wait, we haven't flipped the switch again. Well, we flipped it earlier. It's probably fine. Also, I don't think it has anything to do with the markers. Whoop. Hey, look at what's all turned on now. Shall we see what that's about? Also, for the record, you might have noticed, I made a point of not clicking on the books again once they were open for Sirius and Akinar. I know that clicking on the magic video books makes you travel places. I don't want to end up where they are. It seems bad. Alright. Well, look at that. Now we can see out the tower. So if we look out at the gears... Ah, but the key symbol is on the other side. 240, 2, comma, 2, comma, 1. That might be relevant. Well, wherever it is seems bad. They didn't seem to be pleased. Not together, wherever they are. All right. Let's see. That looks like it's probably pointing at the ship. October 11th, 1984. 10:04 a.m. January 17th, 12:07. 5:46 a.m. and November 23rd, 9791 at 6:57 p.m. I think maybe those are constellations, eh? Yep, looking right down there at the ship. Are you all excited about all this back and forth we're about to be doing? Because I'm getting a little excited. Okay, so not everything interacts. This is the tree. Tree in a hole. I mean, it's just like it was for me with Lorelei and the Laser Eyes, right? It's like, I'm excited because it's like, I like solving puzzles. 724. Don't know what that's about. Rocket ship. 59 volts. Hmm. Hmm. Huh. Fun, 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 fun. So, obviously, I knew some of this stuff already, right? Like, I didn't remember all of the keys, like the codes for these things, but I did remember, like, you know, you gotta activate this thing in order to get the hints you need to solve these puzzles to access these areas, which is great. So, let's save. We've done some stuff. We should save, right? Right. Good talk. Well, a couple things we can do, right? Seems we can mess with the clock a little bit. We want it to be 2:40. Yeah, just run across this. What's the worst that could happen? Now we can turn on this one. Oh, you were never able to walk behind the tower before. Good addition. Good addition. Anyway, open the door. Huh. What was our number again? 221? Alright. Nope. Oh, ha! I forgot that. There's a wait. You only get so many moves to reset everything. Okay, so we need the bottom to be 1. Alright, bottom's now 1. The problem is now that the top is going to be 2. And the middle's got to be 2 as well, so like... I believe I pulled this one the second time. Oh, I've messed it up. I'm gonna end up 1 short. Or 2 short. Okay, let's see. So we set these both to 1. song again. Okay. This is a simple logic puzzle. It's... This moves both the bottom ones. Those are now both 1. I have to get the top and bottom out of sequence with each other. But not that far out of sequence with each other. We're right back at the beginning, Ken. Reset. Okay. Bottom 2 become 1. Wait, top 2 become 1. Sequence the top again. Okay. It's... This is the sequence I need. The problem is that we are now going to be out of sequence. Because this will advance... It's just the reset again. Why am I having a hard time visualizing this puzzle? 2, 2, 2, 3. No, it's 1. So it becomes 1, 1, 3. Then it becomes 2, 2, 3. Then it becomes 3, 3, 3 again. So I have to go... But I've reset again there. Like, it's left, right, left. Something out of sequence again. Reset. Thank you. had the sequence lined up in my head. That's not it. Why am I having such a hard time with this? I never remember this taking me that long to figure out before. One. Alright, if I pull this again, it becomes 3, 2, 2. Like, I have the number I want. I just have to, like, actually get it all over at the same time, which I can't do because it's always moving 2 at a time. Because I'm somehow doing this backwards. No, once again, I've gotten it one pull off. No, I did it again. I needed to do the other one. Right. No, I've done it again. How do I keep messing this up? I've reset it again to 3s. Okay. Am I just too tired? That I'm not visualizing this the correct way. Rotate the bottom two. Rotate the top two. Rotate the bottom two. Rotate the bottom two. Rotate the top two. No, I've got it wrong. What am I doing wrong? You have to alternate it in order to get them stacked up the right way. So if I pull the bottom two around with the left one, then I pull the top. I've reset it again. I've reset it the hard way. I can feel it tickling the back of my brain. That's what we want. But we can't have that yet. I needed to say 221. But I am always moving 2 gears at a time. I've reset it the hard way again. It doesn't require that many moves. See, now it's lined up 2-2-1, but I need them to be on the close side, right? The problem is, if I move the 1 around, it's going to pull that 2, because it moves the bottom ones. Oh, I needed to stop that back one more. Because here we are at this one again. And this is the same problem that I keep having. And now the weight's at the bottom, so I have to reset anyway. I might be the dumbest man alive. I remember it doesn't take that many moves. It's like right, right, left, right, right, left. Nope. I needed to go right again. Right. Damn it, I did it again. I need to go right one more time. Right. Damn it. Now we're on the floor again. Maybe if we start on the other side. Left, left, right, Can we please interact with the object? Oh, I needed it to be 3, didn't I? Like, that's the thing, is, like, there's only... Despite the fact these things have 6 sides, or however many, the numbers are repeating in 3s. So we just have to get... Yeah, okay, okay. My brain is starting to uncludge. I can feel. So I need... that. have to get the bottom one set first. And the two above in line. Dang it. Just when I think I'm starting to figure it out, my old brain gives up on me. I just repeated it again. Nope, I'm off sequence somewhere again. And I've reset. No, I don't know how to... How am I getting this off sequence so bad? I don't need... Ones. 1, 2, 1. 2, 3. So that's 211 there. And 2 pulls. The problem is I need the 2 over the 1. I don't have it. Left. Right. No, I screwed it up again. Ah, if you hold it, that's what it was. I'm like sitting here going, there was some trick. Ugh. What happened? Well, let's go find out together. Sorry that took so long. I just did not remember that you could hold it. All right, and we also need to set the voltage on this bad boy. We know that. What do we need? 59 volts. So that gives us 10. That gives us 11. Ten, 1, 2. Hey. $22. 19. 9. 5. 16. 8. And 7. All right, so if we want 57, that's 32. 41, 51. Yeah, 51. 56, 57. So that we want 59. If I read the thing correctly. Thankfully, we could do that with the numbers we had. But as we can see, we're not transferring anything to the rocket right now, so let's go figure out what's up with that. Probably need to do something incredibly dangerous, like climb up here and flip these switches while there's live electricity running through them. No? Oh, that sounded good. Hey, hey! Don't know what that's about. But hey, there's a piano here. Let's see. It's C1, C2. So C1, C2, D sharp 2, F1, and A sharp 0. Hi, Toby. Hey, hey. We solved the piano puzzle in a single try. I wonder what's up with that. We'll touch that later. There are other things to look at first. Toby, buddy, what are you upset about? Oh, hey, look, that's open now. Oh, look, it's another book. Huh. Another book. That doesn't seem like what we should be playing with yet. All right. First one is October 11th. convenient. 4 a.m. Oh, hey. That's the leaf. The next one's at 5:46. Yep. Oh boy, what's that one? That's gonna be the snake. And then what is that going to be? 1857? That's the bug, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that's the bug. All right. Whee. All right. Now I just got to remember which order these were in. It was bird. Leaf was the last one on this row, I believe. Nope, it's arrow. Leaf. Snake was this one? Nope, that's the cross. Bird, cross, leaf, whatever. Anchor. Well, we do want the bug on, but I don't know if we have to have these turned on in order. Snake. Bug. You see it going up in the background? That's something you couldn't see in the original game. That's why this one was here. To be your visual clue. And it's like, hey, you raised the ship. So there's the ship. Oh, look. Another book. Huh. Options. Fun, fun, fun. Fun, 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 fun. Fun, 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 fun. Alright. Now, we have been warned that there's a glitch with this one, so we're going to save before we continue. Alright. 724. All right. We've cracked the safe. Hey, look. We've started the pilot light. Oh, hey, look. I think we're supposed to be trying to get in there. Ha 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 ha. Channelwood. So, turns out, I'm not that stupid. No, I got that wrong. No, come back. Except now I've trapped myself down here. I don't remember this being a difficult thing to get out of, though. I will say that quality of life improvement. The addition of these are what notes you're listening for. very useful. There are people who are tone deaf in the world, and you used to have to play this game and solve those puzzles with the audio clues by actually knowing the notes. Like, I do not have enough time. Why is this not working when I want it to? Oh, it's fully pegged. So it should start working at some point. Ugh. Unless this is the bug we're talking about. Of course. Oh, come on! I dislike this elevator. 1, 2. Oh, come on! 1, 2. Finally. Get me out of here. Yep. Okay. Well, that means we have exposed all of the worlds now that we read about earlier, right? Selenetic via the rocket ship, the mechanical versus the gears, the channelwood versus the tree, and the rocks via the ship. So, save, yes. We're going to call it a night there. I figure 3 hours and solving all of the immediate puzzles on Myst Island is a good way to go. And with the introduction showing off what the other ones did before, you guys have got a little bit of appreciation for it, I hope. I will say, I might switch the book videos back to the classic FMVs, because looking at Cirrus and Akinar, they've replaced them with CG people, right? Like, not real actors, but the originals were full motion videos with actual actors in costume, and I think they really sell something with their act. But maybe that's just my nostalgia talking. Anyway, thanks for hanging out. I hope you're enjoying it so far. We have already done 3 pages in the book. So, you know, we got to check some things off as having been complete. And yeah, good times. Good times had by all. Thanks for hanging out. Nauseum, if you're still around, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. Hopefully you'll be around when we do more of this on Saturday. Definitely not tomorrow, because tomorrow's busy. Lots of stuff going on. All right. Have a good night, everybody. See you on the weekend. Bye.